let me set the scene for you. It's 5 a.m. on March 18th. I'm on spring break and it's release day for the new Hunger Games book. It's the perfect day for a spoiler-free 24-hour readathon. Once again, I started this at 5 a.m. and the energy's a little bit low, but that changes once the sun rises. I am so unbelievably tired, but this is already amazing. It's around 6:50. I have 22 hours and 14 minutes left. Yippee. I'm on chapter 7 of Sunrise on the Reaping, the new Hunger Games book. The names. That's what gets me. It's like seeing last names and knowing who they're related to, / seeing even characters that we've read about before. These are characters that we already know. Reading those names has me unwell. Very unwell. This book came out today, so I'm like, I'm one of the first people to be reading this book right now. It's about the 50th annual Hunger Games, which is also the second quarter quell. It of course follows Haymitch from the original trilogy. He is the mentor to Katniss and Peeta. I want to say we learn about his games in Catching Fire, and what we know is that it was like double the amount of tributes for the second quarter quell. They're like, okay, instead of putting 24 kids in an arena, let's put 48. So that's what happened. I'm not going to give away any spoilers or literally any more information that probably at all. I'm already so intrigued. I'm already loving this so much. I'm no better than those in the Capitol. Really, I'm not. I'm reading the ebook because I don't think stores that carry this book are even open yet. And I have the rest of the series in paperback, so I didn't want to get the hardcover. So I'm gonna be waiting a year. It like perfectly ties in ideas and themes and everything about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes to the original series. There's like, it's just like the perfect combination of that prequel and the rest of the series, and I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to read, and now that I've talked a little bit and sat up more, I'm more awake. That like little talking spree made me feel a little more awake, but like as I'm saying this, I am holding back a yawn. I cannot wait for the sun to rise. Oh! This like gives me just like a bad feeling. Oh, I feel like that's foreshadowing, is it not? There can only be one survivor. There can only be one survivor. My money's on that Haymitch guy. I don't care. That joke won't get old. It's 9:20. I have just under 20 hours left. Wow. Time has flown by. Okay. I'm over halfway through the book. Oh, I'm like reading kind of slow, aren't I? Okay, that's not fantastic, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm only around halfway through the book. The game's just started. I have to say one of my favorite parts so far of the book has been reading about President Snow. Now when I think of Snow, I associate a lot of him with the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Of course, that's him. But like, more specifically, I think about what he was like with Lucy Gray, and he's not like that anymore. Also, it feels so weird reading about a young Haymitch because, I mean, I associate him at this age. And I don't know, he seems like so innocent at 16. I have to give it to him. He's very clever. And there are like so many things that I'm highlighting because I'm convinced it is foreshadowing. Some of it I know it to be foreshadowing. But it just, this book has been like such a wild ride so far. I love revisiting some characters that I didn't expect to revisit. The prequels really change how I think about like the original Hunger Games stories that happen, you know, in the first 3 books and the first 4 movies. It adds a new lens on how you look at these characters, and I think it makes the stories more complex. I'm convinced Suzanne Collins is like this mastermind that has had all of this planned since she started writing the Hunger Games, which is probably not realistic considering that came out, golly gee, almost 20 years ago at this point. It's just all so cool how everything like aligns so perfectly, and how there's things that just are like mentioned in passing in the first book that are so much more relevant in the prequels. According to my Kindle, I have around 2 hours and 53 minutes left in the book. I'm gonna try to beat that time. So wish me luck, I guess, because I have a lot of books I want to read today. Oh. Suzanne, how could you? How could you? Oh. That's crazy. I feel like this sense of dread to finish the book because even though like I'm so hopeful that it's gonna be like a great ending, I know that he turns out to be like this. There's a reason why he turns out to be like this. I just feel so bad for him. Like, Haymitch is like such a good guy and he's just trying so hard to be good and to, I don't know how to not spoil this. He's trying so hard though. And I feel for him. Like, he just wants this to end and he can't do anything about it. And like, this book is making me love him so much more. Because there were moments where I was like, oh my gosh, get a load of this guy. You're really not helping Katniss and Peeta all that much, but now I'm just like, oh, he's so much better than me because I don't even know that I could get that far in the first place. I love Haymitch so much. Oh my gosh, so good highlight. Getting flashbacks to reading Mockingjay. Oh my gosh. I will say I'm just an emotional person, okay? Yeah, I cry a lot. I can't help it, okay? I can't help it. Oh my god, I need a minute. Well, someone was being a little dramatic, but she has composed herself. I don't know who that was. Sorry, that was so dramatic. Oh, wait. I don't know if I can take this right now. I don't know that I can. I'm scared. No. Nuh-uh. That's no way. That's messed up. This is messed up. You've got to be kidding. Oh. Ooh. I finished Sunrise on the Reaping. It is 12:18 p.m. I have 16 hours and 45 minutes left. That has to be the saddest Hunger Games book. It is a 5-star read. Can I rate it anything else other than 5 stars? No. It really is just like the perfect bridge between The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and the original trilogy. Oh no, it's gonna die! I've been so excited for this book for so long and now I can stay excited for the movie. Anyway, I'm gonna stop wasting time. I'm gonna read Play Along by Liz Tomforde. I am actually already 104 pages into this because I started it several days ago and I am really enjoying it so far. It's just a sports romance. I'm sure I can do a fantastic voiceover on the synopsis later. Play Along is the 4th book in the Windy City series, which consists of interconnected standalones. It's about the only female medical staff member for Chicago's MLB team, Kennedy, and the shortstop on the team, Isaiah. He has been very open about his crush on Kennedy for years, but Kennedy would never put her career in jeopardy by dating a player. They drunkenly get married and end up making an agreement that they will stay married and pretend it was all planned for at least a season to protect Kennedy's job. They like make me cheese. They're so cute. Guys, you know what I just thought of? I rated Caught Up, which is the book before this in this series, 5 stars as well. And Sunrise on the Reaping was my first 5-star read of the year. What if I have 2 in a row? That would be so sick. I honestly wouldn't be shocked. I'm loving this. I'm truly loving this. There's baseball, banter, babies. What more could you love? Well, this one doesn't exactly have a baby. That's more of a caught up thing. That's a loud plane. Wow. What was I saying? That's more of a thing in Caught Up. but the main character of this is like the uncle to the baby in Caught Up, because the two main guys from that book and this book are brothers. This book introduces us to a new character, Reese, and I love her. It's 2:40. I have 14 hours and 23 minutes left. I listened to the first chapter of the audiobook, The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, while I was eating, moving some things around. I really tried reading traditionally while eating, but it was hard. It was really hard, so I thought, let's start this audiobook. That's not what I want to talk about, though. I am now just under 200 pages in play along, and I love the characters so much. They just had, like, a very vulnerable moment between the two of them, and I loved that. They have really great banter going on, and I feel like Isaiah's always like playing it as like a super cool guy that's like a little bit flirty, you know, he doesn't have a weakness. He's funny, he's sure of himself. He kind of reminds me of like, okay, wait, hear me out. Harry Styles' like stage persona, maybe not quite as like feminine, because like he's a baseball player, he's not like a pop star, but he's very like playful all the time. He's very charismatic. There we go. And we're just now seeing that persona crack in front of Kennedy. They just really complement each other well. I truly am having a blast with this book though, because I think so much of it is funny and flirty and just a fun thing to read, and then other parts of it get emotional, and you know, I love it. There's a good blend in here, which is all I ask for, and like sports romances. Anyway, my experience reading so far has not been very hard, because I mean it's the middle of the day now, and I like went outside and the weather's kind of nice, which hopefully the downfall never comes, but I think if it does, it will come when it's dark outside, and that won't be for a little while. So far I have not had the issue of books not being able to catch my attention, which I think partially is just like the books that I chose, not even partially. Full on. I've chosen great books for this video that I knew would keep my attention, and they definitely have. I have not had any issues of zoning out, which hopefully, knocking on wood, it stays that way. Anyway, I am over halfway through this book, so I think it's just gonna be like a breeze from now on. That's so cute! I'm so happy. That makes me I finished play along. It is 5:27 p.m. I have 11 hours and 36 minutes left. I think I'm gonna rate it 4.5 stars for now, but I'm pretty sure I did like the exact same thing to Caught Up, and then I later bumped it up to 5. But in this case, I'm gonna stick with like the 4.5 right now. This book mentions grief and anxiety and is somehow still hilarious. And well, is hilarious not the right word? Maybe not. There were parts that like actually made me cheese and laugh though. I just thought it was really well done, and I think it's my favorite romance of the year so far, which I actually haven't read that many. I've been on a fantasy kick, but like I'd say it's my favorite romance that I've read in a while. I definitely need to go back and read the first 2 books in the series, because I started with book 3. This is book 4. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the books because I'd rather be reading. Now I'm gonna pick up Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. I really don't know much about this book yet. My plan as of right now is to start this, and whenever I eat dinner, listen to this, and then I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm going to like read the physical copy of this, and then I have other books planned after, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to them or not. I really don't know much about this book. I know there's like witches. It's a witch hunter, right? But I've only heard good things about this book, so I'm gonna get started now. I'm like really excited for it. It's now time for my after school / after dinner nap, so I had to move to my floor so I wouldn't fall asleep. This is a lot different than the Hunger Games. By that I mean the writing. Obviously it's different from the Hunger Games. This is about witches and a witch hunter. So apparently it was impossible to film any sort of synopsis, so let me tell you about Heartless Hunter. It follows a witch named Rune who must hide who she truly is, as witches are outcast and are ruthlessly hunted. She's also a socialite by day but a vigilante by night, as she rescues witches from being hunted. In order to hide that identity, when hunters get close to figuring out who she is, she courts Gideon, a loyal witch hunter. It's a witch versus witch hunter situation. That's all for now. I have just under 10 hours left. I am 100 pages into Heartless Hunter. It doesn't feel like I'm 100 pages into it because I feel like the writing's very simple and very like surface level. I'd say it's pretty fast paced. I feel like I'm like flying through this, and how am I 100 pages in but I feel like barely anything has happened? I don't know. I feel like when I hear people like really hype up a book, usually the writing is like lyrical or something. I think it's just the books I've read recently had a lot of depth in them and like went into a lot of detail, and this isn't really doing that. It's very surface level and weird. Rachel Gillig has a quote on the back of it. She wrote One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. Amazing books, by the way. I think at this point I'm supposed to be like freaking out over the tension because they're like enemies to lovers, and there was tension, but like I don't know, I'm not going crazy for it. Why do I feel underwhelmed? Oh. Is that bad? I feel underwhelmed. Everybody loves this though. Okay, I'm checking Goodreads real quick, because I'm not as like engaged / invested into the story as I hoped I would be at this point. I feel like I like it on a surface level, but I wouldn't like advertise it and be like, you have to read this book. Maybe I just need to read more in like the ending and like middle, and everything else goes crazy, because I am still at the beginning and I need to keep that in mind. I think this book is on Kindle Unlimited, and I still have my free trial, so I may switch to that. Not right now, but if there's ever a point where I'm like, oh, holding this book is so annoying, I might switch over. We'll see. Okay, folks, it is now dark outside. What time is it? It's 8:39. I have 8 hours and 23 minutes left. Okay. That's fantastic. I'm over halfway through Heartless Hunter at page 222. I had so many thoughts, and they've all just left my brain right now. Golly gee. I did open my second and last monster, so this is gonna have to last me 8 hours. Hopefully that won't be an issue. I just need to sit up straight. Well, I'm gonna lean on something probably. I can't lay down though. That is the thing. If I lay down, it is game over. I've done 2 24-hour readathons before, and I have not failed yet. This will not be the day. You know, I think the plot is getting better, I would say. Yeah. There's like a couple of things that I'm like actually kind of liking, but I feel like it's still like very surface level to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like not like fully locked in. No, I think I am locked in. I don't know. I've read their sob stories, yet I don't feel like super attached to the characters, which is kind of rare. That's how you pull me in, is with a good sob story. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm attached to you now. And like, that's just not the case. I think it might just be the writing. Like something about it, I'm just not like super connected to it, which that's not because it's like a YA fantasy, because I love YA fantasy. Like that's not it, because I've connected to so many YA fantasy books. Oh, sorry, romantasy. It's a YA romantasy, which I feel like that is right up my alley. My Kindle says I have 2 hours and 26 minutes left in this book, so I'm gonna get through it. Obviously. Me acting like there's a possibility that I won't finish it tonight. I'm gonna have time to spare, baby. I'm gonna have time to start a new book. I finished Heartless Hunter. It is 10:36 p.m. I have 6 hours and 27 minutes left, and Heartless Hunter is done. I think I'm gonna have to give it, well, here's the thing. Okay, wait, I think it's like a 3-star for me. The second half had a lot going on. Like, there was a lot going on, and I feel like there was a lot of potential for me to like it, but because I didn't particularly care a lot about the characters, I didn't really care about what was going on. There's like this huge emotional moment that did not faze me at all. Like, read the whole entire second half with like a blank stare. I felt like it took a lot longer for me to get through the second half of the book than it did the first half. And I don't know if that's because I've started to get like tired. That could very well be the case, but I was just like, I'm kind of over it. I don't know. Reading right now, I'm like, I think I need to just pick up a book that's really gonna grab my attention. My plan was to read The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry next, because I was like, this is a short book. Let's see here. I'm already 40 pages in, and it's only 258 pages long. But I fear it may bore me to death at this point. Other options, I brought these two from my apartment, and then I recently bought these two. So, okay, I've made my decision. I want to read this right now. I think. If I give up on it, don't be shocked. I may listen to the audiobook and follow along with this for a little while. I only have 5 hours left. 5 hours. 5 hours. 5 hours. You got this. You got this. That's not that long. It's not that long at all. You can do it. I'm no longer allowed to lay on my bed, because when you're on your bed and you got the audiobook going, all of a sudden your eyes feel really heavy. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm here. I actually really like the audiobook of this though, and I'm really enjoying like following along. Real quick, without giving away too much, the storied life of AJ Fikry follows the life of a man when he's at his lowest point, but everything changes when something unexpected arrives. I'm not going to tell you much more than that. I'm just over 100 pages into the storied life of AJ Fikry, and it's so different than I thought it would be. The back is just so vague, and so I didn't really know what to expect. I was like, is it like a mystery? Like, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I knew it was literary fiction, but I thought it might have more mystery elements to it. But it reminds me a lot of In Watermelon Sugar by Richard Brautigan. It just has like this comforting old man vibe to it. I don't think it would really be up everyone's alley, but it's just like oddly comforting in a way. I think I would just describe it as like very wholesome and sweet. You know what it's like? It's like Up. You know, like the Pixar movie. For now, since I've talked a little bit, I'm a little more awake. But when I don't talk and I'm just sitting here absorbing a story, I'm more likely to get sleepy. So talking has awoken me. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I don't want to do it. It's 1:48 a.m. I have 3 hours and 15 minutes left. And I just finished the storied life of AJ Fikry. I don't know what I want to rate it. I'm leaning towards 4 stars. I think the story is good, and I probably will continue to think about it. I don't think it's something that's gonna completely escape my mind, even though I'm not like thinking completely straight right now. A lot of the times when I'm thinking about what I'm gonna rate things, I take into consideration like, will this book stick with me? Will I continue to think about it? I think the story will stick with me, but right now I don't view it as like the greatest piece of fiction to ever exist. You know, it wasn't super engaging the whole time. It's a very mundane book. How do I still have 3 hours left? This has to be like some like sick joke that I still have 3 hours left. I'm so tired. Now I'm actually going to read King of Elfhame, and I'm going to stick with it. Because it's short. I think I can get it done in the 3 hours. How can there be 3 hours left? I can't do this. Hey, me again. This is a novella that follows the characters of the Folk of the Air trilogy, also known as like The Cruel Prince, which is about a human girl that dreams of having a place in the high court of fairy. In order to do so, she must defy the Cruel Prince, which is everybody's book boyfriend, except he's not mine because he has a tail. I can look past a lot of things. A tail is not one of them. This is editing Aaron, and I'm not supposed to be giving opinions. This is just supposed to be a synopsis. You might be able to look past it. It is 3:14 in the morning. I have 1 hour and 49 minutes left on the clock. I just finished How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. I think I'm going to rate it 3.5 stars because I think this book is good, but it's kind of underwhelming. Like, I kind of just got the feeling of that's it. There's, like, not really much new information, and people are like, oh my gosh, like, it gave us more card, and that's what we all wanted, but, like, there's not enough in here for me to be like, yeah, that hit the spot. I enjoyed the original trilogy, but I feel like this book is more so for people that like rated all 3 books 5 stars, and I didn't do that. This was a quick read, so I don't really regret picking it up because I can be like, oh, I read another one. And I really did think I wanted to like go more into this world, but I don't know. I'm still excited to read the other spin-off because it's like a full-length novel with a real story. I still think it's a fun world to enter, even if this was kind of lackluster to me. At this point, I don't think it's a good idea to start a new book, but I am 32% into Wherever You Are by Krista and Becca Ritchie. It is the second book in the Bad Reputation duet, which is the spin-off of the Addicted series, which I love. So I think I'm just gonna like continue to read that for a little bit. I'm not gonna finish it because I have 4 hours and 15 minutes left in the book, but I was thinking might as well get further into it because I don't feel like starting a new book. So soon. 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay. Let's see how far I can get. Starting at 32%. So see you at 5 in the morning. I'm 57% through. I'm going to bed. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hi! Good morning! It's not the morning, it's 4 p.m. I'm over halfway through Wherever You Are, and I like feel bad about my feelings on the book. I love the Addicted series. with all my heart, rated several books in the series 5 stars. I absolutely loved the first spinoff, Whatever It Takes, but I kind of have an issue with Wherever You Are, and I'm not loving it. I really have a bone to pick with it, and it's really taking me out of the story. They're too famous. Like, unrealistically famous, okay? I hate to say it, but it does not make sense for them to be as famous as they are. The series follows children of big CEOs, you know, like, think the CEO of Coca-Cola, I don't know who that is, like the founder of these big businesses, okay? I kind of think of them as like Kardashian level famous, which I can get behind. Which the main character in this specific book is known to be like the cousin of one of the core 6 characters from the original series. And the characters are like warning her, they're like, you're famous now, like, everyone's gonna look at you at all times, there's gonna be paparazzi following you, and she's in like these really dangerous situations, which I understand. We need plot, we need drama, but like, I don't know what the Kardashians' cousins look like. I don't know what Taylor Swift's cousin looks like, okay? I'm a huge Harry Styles fan. I could not pick out his cousin in a crowd. Have I seen photos of them? I'm sure I have seen photos scrolling on social media before, but I could not pick him out in a crowd. I don't know why she's acquired like such celebrity status in here where people are like invested in her relationship. That really just takes me out of the series. And I'm kind of like, It's why I'm hesitant to read the Like Us series, because I did see people point out that like paparazzi is always near them. And for what? They don't do anything. I just feel like so much of the story is so great without the celebrity aspect. You don't need to add in paparazzi and all of this stuff because they're interesting characters without all of that. I'm still gonna finish it. I just kind of thought that I would love it a lot more than I do. I think it's necessary to have like a final discussion on the books I read. I have not stopped thinking about Haymitch. All day today, it's like 4 p.m. All day today, Sunrise on the Reaping. Dare I say it's the best Hunger Games book? I don't know if... I think it might be. I think it honestly might be my favorite, but I don't know if that's just because it's new. But no, I think the content was amazing. It's heartbreaking. I just love Haymitch. I love him, and before reading the book, I didn't have like an intense calling to him, and now I do. I need to wrap this up. I have a hair appointment scheduled. I have not thought about any of these books. I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. I read all of these yesterday / this morning, and they have not really entered my mind once because I've been too busy thinking about Sunrise on the Reaping. So I think that definitely deserves its a 5-star, 6-star, a gazillion star status, and these won't get that. It is rush hour, so I seriously have to go. I hope you like this video. If you would like, comment, and subscribe, I would what do I usually say? Oh, this is not the time to blank. I hope you like this video. If you would like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I will see you at some point or another. Bye!